and he's showing you why as he's made the first 2 free throws so far. And we'll have another one coming. Substitution in for Jaron Deal is going to be Caden Aharts for the Governors. And Rock will step to the line, possibly for his third, to cut this deficit to 6 with 3 minutes to go, and he sure does.
So it is 28-22 as the Governors will get that scoreboard back up there whenever we possibly can, as we've got a new stream going right now. There's a foul that is committed by Sturgis, so it is going to be a foul committed by LaRush, and it'll be the third Sturgis foul with 2:55 left to go here in quarter number 2. That pass will be intercepted, long race down the floor, and an easy layup to make it 28-24, as it was LaRush that will get the bucket, and it's a 4-point game all of a sudden. It was a 9-point lead for the Governors, and there's a travel and a turnover against Logan Whitty, just the second turnover by the Governors, but 2:37 left to go, and Sturgis has found themselves right back into this ball game.
They really have. They've done a good job of getting themselves back into it, and it's really come off of points off of turnovers again and getting to the free throw line so far.
Here is a pass to the right to elbow, now driving in, that to LaRush with the shot is good to make it, and it is now a 2-point ball game with 2:15 to go here in the second quarter. And all of a sudden, this has turned into a really close contest once again. Governors looked like they were going to start running away with it, but a 7-0 run now for the Scoopers. Pass goes underneath for Terwilliger. That shot is going to be good, and that will help the Governors stop that run to make it 30-26. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
Yeah, if you're in trouble, just get the ball down to big number 23, especially knowing that Sturgis is in foul trouble with their posts, the guys that are guarding Terwilliger.
This pass, Rock, he'll start to drive in. He is fouled, and we'll get a whistle with 1:39 to go here in the first half. It was on the drive, as that will be Caden Aharts, his second. Fresh 35 with 1:39 to go here in the first half. We'll see Sincere Wilson check in for the first time for the Governors, as Aharts will come out with his 2 fouls, trying to keep and protect him from getting that third one here in the first half.
And you're kind of seeing how these teams are trying to guard each other, because all the fouls that the Govs have so far are against their guards, as Rock pulls up for 3, misses, rebound Whitty, and all of the fouls, and most of the fouls against Sturgis so far are against their post guys trying to guard Terwilliger.
Here is Whitty that will drive all the way in, lays it off the glass, and it will fall through, and another layup for Logan Whitty. He's got 8 in the quarter and 13 in the ball game. 32-26. Governors are on top by 6 again with 1:10 to go here in the first half. Top of the key for Rock, throws it right side, Duffner. This will be the baseline, or to the free throw line, excuse me. Duffner threw it out before he traveled, and it will be a missed 3. Rebound comes to Rock, who will step back and pull up for 3 and bury it. Hayden Rock, he made all 3 free throws earlier when he got fouled, and now he knocks down his first 3 of the ball game. Right side for Logan Whitty in the baseline. Starts to drive in, spin move, kicks it back to Terwilliger. 40 seconds to go here in the first half. 18 left on the shot clock. Dill just trying to create some separation. Drives baseline. Tough shot as he was falling to the ground. Was able to get it to go off the glass. And it's 34-29 with 25 seconds to go here in the first half. Shot clock gets turned off.
And Rock's going to hold for the final shot. If Sturgis able to hit a 3 here, they're possibly going to be able to cut this lead to 2 for the Govs going into the break if they're able to run the clock all the way down.
Here is Rock that will start to drive. Wilson picked him up. Here's a steal by Terwilliger. He'll drive up the floor. Left-handed layup is good. Right back for Rock. Final second shot blocked by Whitty. 36-29. The Governors will take a 7-point lead at the break. A huge turnover and a big 2 points for Terwilliger. And where it could have been a 2-point game, now is a 7-point lead for the Governors at the end of the first half. Big end of that first half. Governors up by 7 as we head to the break. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball at KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose Bank West. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net. Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back, it is halftime. The Pierre Governors have a 36-29 lead at the break. John Winkler alongside Blake Dean. Governors were outscored 13-11 in that first quarter, then outscored Sturgis 25-16 in the second, and they forced 7 turnovers in total in that first half to having just 2 themselves. We'll go through some totals here in just a moment, but Blake, that's a really great end that first half. You mentioned it, that it could have been an easily a 2-point game had Rock got a good look for a 3, or just anybody got a good look for a 3 and buried it to make it a 2-point game. Instead, it was a steal. The Governors got a big bucket the other way, turns into a 7-point lead, which is a lot of momentum going in that locker room, and for one side, and another side that's going to feel pretty angry going into that locker room.
Yeah, they really do. And to your point, not only did the Governors get a huge steal and bucket by Cooper Terwilliger on that sequence, but then coming down the other end, you still had the possibility of Hayden Rock coming up the floor, potentially hitting a 3 to still cut the deficit to 4, and Logan Whitty with a huge hustle play to block the shot and keep this a 7-point ball game. And to your point, huge momentum boost for the Govs going into the locker room. Sturgis has got to be really, really frustrated, not only with that sequence to end the half, but also just the amount of foul trouble that their posts are currently in against Cooper Terwilliger, because Gage West has 3 fouls. Wyatt Jensen, has 2 fouls. Jackson Kano's got 2 fouls, even though he's not really a post. He's kind of their number 3 guy. So really, if Jensen and West are the 2 guys that are going to end up being out of the ball game, are in foul trouble the rest of the way, you're going to have to put Jarek Duffner on Cooper Terwilliger at some point, and that's going to open the floor up for Corday Austin to potentially have a really small guy on him and have some post-up opportunities.
As we look through some of the totals here through this first half, Pierre Governors were led in scoring by Logan Whitty, who had 13 points, 8 of those 13 coming in the first half. Corday Austin with 9, Cooper Twilliger with 8, all coming in the second quarter. Lincoln Diligence has 6 for those 25 points, 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Sturgis, 16 points for Hayden Rock, as he had 10 of those 16 in that second quarter. 4 for Joseph LaRush Jr., 3 for Wyatt Jensen, and 2 apiece for Gage West, Jarek Duffner, and Greer Simon. And they did go 5 for 5 from the free throw line, all coming from Hayden Rock, who got to the line a couple of times. But the Governors lead at 36-29 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Blake, before we get to the second half, what's the biggest key now for this Governors to make sure that they finish off with a win?
I think continuing to establish the paint inside, get the ball into Cooper Terwilliger, especially now knowing that Sturgis's posts are really in some foul trouble. You're going to be able to exploit that in the second half. And then on the flip side, really contain Hayden Rock as best you can. I thought they did a decent job on him in the first half, John, but he still ends up with 16 points. He's probably going to end up near 30 by the end of this ball game. Try to continue to keep him under wraps, even if that means, I know they like playing this kind of 3-2 line zone defense, but if they have to change it up to a box and one zone and just have somebody face guard Hayden Rock the rest of the way, maybe that's what you do to try to keep him under wraps, because the rest of the Sturgis scoring output, the next highest scorer that Sturgis has is LaRush with 4 points. So, if you face guard Rock the rest of the way, I think you've got a pretty good shot to win this ball game if you're the Pierre Governors.
Pierre Governors have a 36-29 lead of the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. We'll step aside, come back with the second half next. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
James Valley Landscape and Solutions, creating breathtaking spaces. All because of them, with 40 years of experience and the best landscaping team in the business, hired them to create spaces unimaginable. For a career with great benefits and a rewarding salary, let them hire you. James Valley Landscape and Solutions.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
As we welcome you back, it is the start of the third quarter. The Pierre Governors leading at 36-29 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Joe McClure alongside Blake Dean. Again, after we get done with this game, we will join Oklahoma and Alabama in progress. If you don't want to know the score, turn your radio down for about 10 seconds. Oklahoma is up 10-0 at the end of the first quarter over the Crimson Tide. As we start the second quarter, Corday Austin on the right side. He'll throw back here for Aharts. Left side for Whitty. Now will be for Dilgis. Back out to Whitty. See how Governor's moving the ball well and see how much they take time off the clock early in this third quarter. Whitty will pull up for a three. That one nearly banked in, but the offensive rebound will come to Terwilliger. Back to Austin on the left side. He'll take one dribble to his left. That three just misses, and it's ripped away, and the rebound had Dilgis in his hands, but he couldn't fully secure it, and it will be Sturgis that will get the rebound. Nearly 2 offensive rebounds on that possession for the Governors. But it's now Sturgis that can cut into the 7-point deficit. Into the corner it goes as Jensen will drive in, spin move around. He travels, he will turn it over. The 8th turnover of the ball game by the Sturgis Scoopers. Good defense there by Terwilliger.
Yeah, good job of getting into that zone, and Jensen was trying to make a play as he was open. He tried to drive baseline and just got a little too happy and turned the ball over on the travel.
Top of the key here for Caden Aharts as he'll work into the right side. Into the corner for Dilgis, back out to the point for Whitty. He'll drive inside the paint on the right wing. That floating shot just a bit too strong as it spun its way out after it slammed off the backboard. It's Rock that has it for Sturgis. He'll throw it for Jackson Cano, who's got 2 fouls. West, who's got 3 fouls. He'll kick it for Rock, who'll go up and under, try to spin it off the backboard, but missed the shot. Aharts will grab the rebound. Austin thought about a 3 in transition. Now it's Aharts who will fake the pass, step into a 3, too strong, but an offensive board for Cooper Terwilliger, and he'll get his 10th point of the night. Second guy in double figures for the Governors. 38-29 lead, largest lead here for the Governors once again.
Yeah, good job on the far side, on the weak side by Terwilliger, being in the right place at the right time, able to scoop up the miss on the 3 ball by Aharts and put it back in for 2, extending the lead to a 9.
Here's a turnover by Sturgis, stolen away by Whitty. Austin's left wide open in the corner, but that one's too strong. Rebound from Terwilliger, back out to Austin. Now Whitty, he's open for a 3. That was an air ball, and that will go back to Sturgis. 5:51 left to go. And what could have been a 12-point advantage here for the Governors a couple times will turn into a missed opportunity. One of the rare times that Pierre has not scored on a turnover by Sturgis here tonight.
Absolutely, and that was a couple of opportunities there from 3-point land, like you said, is they're going to get the ball into the corner as Sturgis, and draining it was going to be Jarek Duffner, his first 3 of the ball game, 5th point of the night.
38-32, that cuts that lead back down to 6. As this Aharts, top of the key, right side for Whitty. Quick touch pass for Terwilliger. Now Dilgis, who was driving in, had the ball knocked away from him by Cano, and it will go out of play. 21 seconds left to go on the shot clock. 5:24 to go here in quarter number 3. Inbounded here for Aharts. And Aharts will find Terwilliger before that 5-second violation. Dilgis near midcourt. He'll throw it for Aharts. Governors will try and get their offense set up and have to do so quickly. 10 on the shot clock. Right side for Austin. He'll hand off for Aharts. Drives all the way to the basket, but his shot was rejected, and it's the other way now for the Scoopers. Rock has it in the corner, in the left wing. He got trapped up. The pass was stolen away by Terwilliger for a moment, but it slipped through his hands. And Gage West is right there to pick up, and he was wide open underneath the basket. And it's 38-34. And I know it's just a quick 5-0 run, but from a 9-point lead down to a 4-point lead, just feels a lot different in this ball game. Here's Dilgis. That shot from the baseline just won't fall. But another offensive board by Terwilliger. Missed the shot. Second opportunity is good for Terwilliger. Had the stats. That's 12 points now for Terwilliger. Add 2 rebounds on top of it for Terwilliger too. Leads back to 6.
He's got to have a double-double at this point, John. Kick ball there by Whitty as Cano was trying to get the pass into West on the left elbow, but Terwilliger has just gotten everything he's wanted inside, scoring-wise and rebound-wise, and then some tonight because of the foul trouble of the Scooper posts.
Simon will throw it to the top of the key for Cano. Now Rock, that pass deflected by Corday Austin, and it goes out of play. 16 seconds left to go on the shot clock. 4:08 remaining here in the third quarter. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, as Simon will inbound. As it's back to the top of the key. That pass now for West. Driving is Simon. Floats to the basket. Missed it, but the rebound and the putback is good by Duffner. As it didn't hit anything. It was an air ball, but it more turns into a pass for Duffner to get the 2 points, and the lead's back down to 4. Austin in the corner, top of the key here for Jaron Deal. Austin right side again on that right wing. Gets a screen from Terwilliger. Good pick and roll. Power dribble by Terwilliger off the glass, and it rolls in. And right now, Terwilliger, they have no answer for Cooper Terwilliger. He's got 6 in the quarter and 14 in the ball game. And the lead's back up to 6.
And so far, the Govs have done a really good job of containing Hayden Rock in this quarter, John. No points for the senior guard for the Scoopers.
Simon, top of the key for Rock. He'll pull up for a 3. That one will miss left side. Rebound will be grabbed by Corday Austin. Austin up ahead for Deal on the right wing. Back to the top for Austin, who's left wide open. Pulls up, buries the triple. And it's a 9-point lead again here for the Governors. Second 3 from Corday Austin. 12 points in the night. Third different Governor to hit double figures now. That pass deflected, nearly stolen away. Kano will throw it for West now to the corner. There's a 3 away, and Jarek Duffner, 8 points in the quarter right now, and he's keeping this Sturgis team in it. He's got now 10, 45-39. Governors lead by 6 another time. Left side, Jared Deal's wide open for a 3. He'll pull up, that's missed, but another offensive board by Terwilliger, and another putback is good. 8 points in this quarter for Terwilliger, 47-39. I think all 8 of them have come off of offensive rebounds. Rock on the left wing. Governors stay in that 2-3 zone. Right side is this for Kano. 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Rock nearly traveled, nearly kicked it, but it will go right to Gage West. And West will make his second field goal. And it's 47-41, 6-point lead again here for the Governors.
Yeah, West does a good job. 6 points for him so far tonight. He had 2 early before he picked up the 2 early fouls. Well, 3 early fouls in that first and second quarter. So he's starting to come alive here in this third.
Pass for Austin, nearly handcuffed him, nearly went between the legs. Now Aharts as he tried to spin move around Rock. As it's now Austin that will start to drive. Pump fake, good pass for Dilgis, but that was low to the ground. Diving for it and throwing it back for Aharts, who pulled up for long range as the shot clock was expiring. But it will be missed, and the rebound will be grabbed by Sturgis. They can cut it to a single possession here with 1:20 to go in this third quarter. Driving in, floating to the basket, missed the shot by Kano, rebound by Austin. And the Governors, they're not a team that wants to play a half-court style offense. They like to move up and down the floor quickly. Dilgis, though, will settle things down. Jaron Deal at the top of the key, near left side, as it's Aharts on the left wing. Crossover dribble, drives with the right hand, foul committed. And will he go the line for 2? I believe he will. It will be 2 free throws, and it will be the first foul on Jarek Duffner. With 1 minute to go exactly here in this third quarter, and a 6-point advantage for the Governors. It'll be Ahart's first free throws of the night.
Good drive there by Aharts, recognizing that there was nobody on the weak side of the floor, so he took it to the basket. Another foul there by the Scoopers. I didn't catch who Duffner was the guilty party on that one. That's his first foul of the night, but Ahart sinks first one. He's got another one coming to potentially push this Governor lead to 8.
Maddox Dockin has checked in for the first time. That free throw was missed. And just the 4th miss of the night for the Governors from the free throw line, 48-41. So Dockin, the 6-foot sophomore, is in for the first time. He's that top with Deal in the 2-3 zone. A little bit smaller lineup here for the Governors. Pass underneath, and Duffner again. He's there for another bucket. And Jarek Duffner with now 10 points in this quarter. That lob pass for Aharts, that was deflected, does go to play with 34.1 to go. The shot clock is sitting at 29. As Logan Whitty will check in for Aharts. Now Terwilliger will check in for Dilgis. So a couple of guys that have checked in and out for different players. As it's now Corday Austin that has the inbound pass. 5-point lead for the Governors. 5 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Deal works it back out to the points, all the way near midcourt. Now it's Dockin on the right side. Top of the key for Terwilliger. Left side for Deal again. That pass for Dockett. He'll turn. Baseline jumper is too strong. Rebound will be grabbed by Terwilliger, but he will foul. It'll be only the second foul of the quarter from either team. It's the first one against the Governors and the first one against Terwilliger. As Sincere Wilson will check back in for Dockett with 10.7 to go.
Yeah, Maddox Dockett getting a shot up. Good to see the sophomore do so, but 10 seconds left, and it's going to be in the hands of Rock.
Then that should be intercepted by Jaron Deal. He'll pump fake, throw it off the glass. That one will fall. 2 seconds to go, and no shot away from Sturgis, and it's 50-43, the second time that this ball game has turned into a turnover and a made shot by the Governors. 10 turnovers in the ball game by Sturgis. 50-43. Back in a minute. Start of the fourth quarter. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
At Wheelhouse Auto Body, we believe in treating our customers and their cars like family. Our service-focused team has over 50 years combined experience in the automotive repair industry. If you have a vehicle, big or small, that needs some TLC, Wheelhouse Auto Body team is ready to take care of you. Visit Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield or contact us at 605-494-0436. Wheelhouse Auto Body of Pierre.
As we welcome you back, we are set for the fourth quarter. The Pierre Governors have a 50-43 lead in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. As the final 8 minutes of regulation here tonight, the Governors took a 5-point lead, and then with the steal and the turnover to get the bucket to go back up by 7. Second time that has happened in this ball game. There's a steal and a bad pass by Sturgis. Another turnover. That is the 11th of the ball game, and then that pass is going to be stolen away by Sturgis. And both teams trade turnovers. That's only the third turnover of the ball game by the Governors, though. Hayden Rock, top of the key, 2-3 zone here for the Governors. Driving in, it'll be Jensen that will make that Simon. His shot was missed. Rebound is off of Sturgis and out of bounds, and it will go to the Pierre Governors with 7:23 to go here in the fourth quarter. Rock was held scoreless in that third. It was Jarek Duffner that had scored 10 of his 12 points in the third quarter. Only 2 guys scored for Sturgis. Terwilliger's third quarter, he had 8 in the second, 8 in the third. He's now got the team high at 16. Time for the game high at 16. Terwilliger has it on the right wing right now, throws it for Dill, just right back to Terwilliger, but that was deflected, and it does go out of play with 7:07 to go, and a sideline inbound here for the Governors with 20 on the shot clock.
And the difference between the two teams is the Govs have 3 guys in double figures tonight, John, with Austin, Whitty, and Terwilliger, whereas Sturgis only has 2 with Rock and Duffner after his big third quarter.
Here is now the top of the key for Aharts with 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Here is Whitty that will drive in, up and under, lays it for 2. And Logan Whitty's now got 15. He did not score in that third quarter, but he's got 15 for the Governors, who lead it by 9. Again, that matches their largest lead for another time tonight. 9-point advantage, 6:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. On the right side, Simon will throw it for Rock, who will drive in inside the paint, floats to the basket, and there's the first second half points for Hayden Rock, who now has the game high 18 points. Logan Whitty around his back, got to the lane, same spot as what Rock threw it in, and Logan Whitty now has the 17 to lead the Governors, and back to a 9-point lead.
Nifty dribbling there by Logan Whitty. He had the ball on a string, fooled everybody on the Sturgis defense, and was able to get to the basket. And Govs go right back to that 2-3 zone here with a 9-point lead and 6 minutes to go in the ball game.
That pass, that lobbed over the top for West. Top of the key, a shot at the from long range. It was a triple team, and the student section was talking about there's only 3 seconds of the shot clock, so I think that shot was forced by the student section. It was not a good look for Sturgis, but then a steal here for Simon away from Whitty. Only the first time the Governors have had multiple turnovers. Now it's a third turnover after Sturgis threw the ball back to the Governors, and then it ends up being a travel against the Govs. So they have 3 turnovers in this fourth quarter and only had 2 through the first 3 quarters.
Boy, that was a really tough break by the Govs, John, because I didn't think that anybody for Pierre necessarily had possession of the ball on that travel call, but regardless, Sturgis is going to get a break here down 9 with 5:27 to go.
That backdoor cut, it was off the hands of Duffner. He saves it, but it ends up being a turnover, and that is a turnover number 13 of the ball game here for Sturgis. So it's Aharts here for the Governors. 5:10 to go in the fourth. Aharts drives all the way in. He is fouled. It was going to be a tough look for Aharts to try and score, but a foul committed by Sturgis. It will be against Cato, his third. And Caden Aharts, for the second time tonight, will go to the free throw line. He's just got a point. He's 1 for 2 from the line. 5:09 to go here in quarter number 4 and a 9-point lead. Can the Govs finally get that double-digit lead? As the first free throw was well short. That should have talked after the free throws.
Yeah, you call that the announcer's jinx. I thought I was going to have one earlier after I said something about them holding Rock scoreless in the third quarter, and like right as I was saying that, he was pulling up for 3. So we'll go 1-1 here between the two of us.
Well, he misses both of them, but the Governors had the offensive rebound for a moment. Whitty might have got popped in the face, but the play will continue. Rock in the corner for 3. He traveled, though, before the shot, and it'll be another turnover against Sturgis. Governors had turned the ball over as well on that rebound, but it remains a 9-point advantage with exactly 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Played a relatively clean basketball game, but both teams get a little sloppy here in the fourth quarter. Sturgis with 4 turnovers, Governors with 4 turnovers. This will be an offensive foul against Corday Austin.
No, they're going to get Aharts here.
Aharts, excuse me. So that's going to be his third. That was away from the ball. 4:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. The 5th turnover of the quarter by the Governors. Top of the key here for LaRush Jr. Down the right side, Rock will go back to the point. Left wing for LaRush again. Now back for Rock at the point. He'll start to drive, throws it underneath. Back out to Rock in the corner for 3. That was off the side of the backboard. Rebound, and then Whitty will get called for a foul as he was trying to swat it away from Gage West. And probably had a good look at swatting it away, but put that arm straight down, and 9 times out of 10, unless it's a very clean block, you're going to get called for that foul.
Yep. Yeah, that was not straight up at all by Logan Whitty there. He was trying to volleyball spike that thing back from where it came, but unfortunately got a piece of the arm of Gage West, and West goes to the free throw line, misses the first one of 2. He'll have another one coming. This one will potentially cut the lead to 8.
That's their first miss from the free throw line tonight, and they go 0 for 2 on that trip, and then we get a foul against the Governors on the rebound. That will be against Jaron Deal, his third, and that's the 3rd Governor team foul of this fourth quarter. 4:22 remaining. Timeout will be taken by Coach Aker. 54-45, 4:22 to go in the fourth quarter. Governors lead it by 9. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome you back. It is a 9-point lead for the Pierre Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by scoreboard with 4:22 to go in this fourth, as the Govs are trying to hang on for their second win of the season after they split the first 2 games. After we're done here, it'll be a quick post-game show. We'll try and get you out to
Oklahoma as quick as we can, because it is halfway through the second quarter between Oklahoma and Alabama in the college football playoffs. So we'll have that pretty shortly after this ball game concludes. So it'll be a quick post-game show. And then we'll have all 3 games tomorrow starting at 11 o'clock on KCCR. Inbounding here for Sturgis, coming out of the timeout. That was called by Coach Anker, nearly stolen away by Corday Austin, but it was deflected by Austin back into bounds. He was almost trying to throw it back off of LaRush. 4:21 now to go, 34 the shot clock. They've got to get going with trying to inbound the ball. LaRush was standing there waiting for everybody to start moving. Here's a shot by West. That one's too strong. Rebound by Austin. Governors still lead it by 9, nearly halfway through this fourth quarter. Dilges underneath, took a step. That shot was partially blocked. Back to Dilges, and the second chance is good for Lincoln Dilges. He's now got 8, and for the first time tonight, the Governors have a double-digit lead, up by 11.
Yeah, Lincoln Dilges has done a nice job this season as that pass goes back door to Jared Duffner, and the lead is back to 9, but Lincoln Dilges has done a good job this year of being in the right place at the right time, and he was there on that last possession for the Govs. Sturgis able to get a quick bucket on a backdoor cut by Duffner.
Here is Jaron Deal, top of the right side now for Whitty. Back to the top of the key for Deal. Now back to Dilges. Whitty will catch it at the point. Into the corner for Austin. Pulls up for 3. Buried again by Corday Austin to make it now a 59-47 lead, a 12-point advantage. Largest lead tonight for the Governors. 15 for Austin in the ball game. That pass deflected. That is stolen away. Another turnover by Sturgis. As we get near the 3-minute mark of this fourth quarter, Whitty will drive. Another 3 for Austin coming to the corner. That one a bit too strong, and the rebound will be grabbed by West. 5 turnovers in the fourth quarter for Sturgis. Matches the Governors' 5 turnovers, but a 12-point lead for Pierre. As we near 2:45 left to go in the fourth. This one is poked away. This will go out of bounds. It was off of Dilges. 2:45 to go. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Boy, you just knew that if Austin hit that 3, that would have been the absolute backbreaker in this ball game, because that would have put the Govs up by 15 with 3 minutes to go.
Here is Rock. That will head fake drive all the way in. Got to the basket, missed the shot. Rebound by Terwilliger. It is Deal that will get the pass from Terwilliger. Cross court and across midcourt to Logan Whitty. Between his legs, he's starting to drive left side. Now it's Dilges that will throw it back out top for Deal. Back to Dilges in the left wing. They'll trade places. And then a foul will be committed by Rock with 2:20 to go. And for Hayden Rock, that is just his first foul and only the second team foul. So probably where you're sitting at looking at the time, you have to get 3 more fouls. And Rock, who only picked up his first, probably thought that's not a bad foul to take to try and get closer to having to put them in the bonus if need be. Deal the right side for Whitty, now for Austin, as he was being somewhat pushed towards the sideline. Whitty had it for a moment, and then he got stripped away from him. And then Whitty maybe tripped, but ends up getting the foul called against him, which is the 4th team foul now, and the 3rd foul against Whitty with 2:06 to go. And Aharts will check back in for Whitty.
Yeah, probably a good thing to get Whitty out of the ball game after picking up what would have been his 3rd foul there. So 2:06 to go, Govs up by 12. And Sturgis is going to have the ball on that side. They're 2 top scoring guys inbounding the ball and receiving the inbound in Duffner and Rock.
Here's Rock to the right side for LaRush. You know this team can score, so this game is not put away quite yet, even though we're under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Top of the key, Kano, right side for LaRush, who will start to drive in. Floats with the left hand, and it will fall through. And then a timeout will be taken by Coach Noteboom with 1:48 to go and a 10-point lead. We'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. That LaRush now has 6 points. 1:48 to go. John McClure alongside Blake Dean. Blake here in the last 1:48. You don't want to get out of your offensive rhythm. The Governors are kind of a run-and-gun team, but with a 35-second shot clock, you can really take a lot of this time off and really force Sturgis to be good defensively and have to hit their shots to get back in this ballgame.
You really do. And overall, this fourth quarter has been a pretty low-scoring quarter, comparatively speaking, the rest of the game. Sturgis has only scored 6 points in this fourth quarter. The Govs have scored 9 on the opposing side, so really low-scoring quarter, both sides. Really locked down defense by both teams, and that has allowed the Govs to kind of expand this lead so far to 10 now with 148. But to your point, I think you're probably going to see Pierre take as much time as they can off the clock, unless Sturgis is going to force their hand and press them. But if they give them an open lane, I think you take it if you're Pierre, because you want to put as many points on the board as you can, even though time is on your side. But if Sturgis is going to give you an open lane, you take that every day of the week that ends in Y.
35 seconds on the shot clock. I see what you did there.
Oh, yeah.
148 remaining, so it is out off the made shot, so Corday Austin can run the baseline, and it is a inbound pass and have to go the length of the court. Full court press for Sturgis. Good pass there from Ayards back to Austin, who spun away from the pressure. Pass for Diligence. Now the Governors can slow things up as Ayards has the ball. Are they going to look to foul? They still have 2 more fouls to give before they get to that 4 fouls. There is one of those fouls. 2 more fouls left now until the Governors start shooting free throws. With 1:31 to go and a fresh 35 here, I think you have to either be quick with a foul right away or let this play out, because if you don't, you're taking too much time off the clock and giving the Governors the opportunity to get a fresh 35 with another foul still to give.
Yeah, that would be really tough for Sturgis to overcome if that ends up happening.
This again, pass is deflected. Jackson Cano and the Governors have had 2 back-to-back passes the inbound the sideline that have been deflected and out of bounds. Ayards will inbound this one, caught cleanly by Austin. He is double-teamed and a foul committed, but 1:27 to go. Coach Noteboom's not too upset about that foul being called against Rock. It's only a second, and now you have 4 fouls. 1:27 remaining, 35 shot clock. Referee will slow things down and have a conversation with Jaron Deal and LaRush. And then LaRush is leaning all over Deal with his left shoulder as Austin will catch the inbound pass. He'll throw it for Austin. Now for Diligence. Back out. The Governors will take time off the clock, and there's a foul, and the 5th foul committed by Sturgis in the quarter. That is now the 3rd foul on Rock, and Corday Austin will be shooting free throws. 1:20 to go. You kind of play a little bit of math and say, yeah, well, still over a minute left to go, and we're fouling already, but you know you're going to run out of possessions if you take too much time off the clock. So Austin's first free throw, that will miss. The Governors are 0 for 3 right now for the line here in this 4th quarter. 7 of 14 in the ball game.
And that's kind of been one of the Achilles heels so far for this Governor team, John, is as a team, they haven't shot, fantastic from the free throw line. They haven't shot poorly either, but like you said, 0 for 3 so far in the 4th quarter, and Austin makes it 0 for 4.
But the Governors get the offensive rebound. Oh, they're going to say backcourt violation. Terwilliger, he was across midcourt, but he hadn't established himself across midcourt, is what the referee would say. And so Austin, who goes 0 for 2 and a turnover against the Governors, and obviously is not making the Governor faithful very happy that backcourt violation was called. But it is a backcourt violation against the Govs. Timeout taken by Coach Anker here with 1:17 to go. But Sturgis does get what they wanted out of that. Yep. 0 points and still 77 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's a huge win if you're the Sturgis Scoopers, because not only do you not lose any points out of that, the Govs end up turning it back over, and you get the ball at half court with 1:17 to go here in the ball game. And, really, in the grand scheme of things, apart from Jackson Cano, you're not in a whole lot of foul trouble right now.
So in the inbound pass for LaRush, Governors cannot foul, otherwise it will be the free throw line for the Scoopers, and that's the last thing they want is that clock to stop, and points can be scored by Sturgis. Sturgis taking a lot of time here off the clock right now, down by 10. LaRush will drive, pass deflected. Austin will keep it alive, but it will be returned and still had by
the Scoopers. Left side three is missed. It just barely hit the rim. Aharts will get the rebound, and then he is fouled with 51.5 to go. And Aharts will go to the free throw line. Fourth foul now by Rock, so he is now in foul trouble the rest of the way. He can't be the guy to foul anymore. And Aharts, along with Jackson Kano, you can't be those two guys to foul. But Aharts will step to the free throw line where he is 1 for 4 tonight. See if the Governors can put some points up on the board here from the free throw line. That one's also missed. Governors are 0 for 5 from the line in this fourth quarter. They're just 1 for 7 overall from the free throw line in the second half after going 6 of 9 in that first half. Second free throw also missed, and it will be a lane violation against Aharts. He didn't wait for that ball to hit the rim. He's got to be the one to wait for it to hit the rim. Everybody else can move off the shot. So the Govs still lead up by 10. 50 seconds to go. They're giving Sturgis an opportunity to get back in this ball game. As it's a pass for Kano, drives in, shot rejected by Terwilliger. Good defense by the Governors. 41 seconds to go. 25 the shot clock. That's a big block there for Terwilliger.
Yeah, absolutely, especially not picking up a foul. Granted, Kano has not scored in this ball game, so you really don't know what his shooting stroke looks like. But regardless, big-time block without fouling by Terwilliger.
Here is Kano. That pass deflected by Austin. Second opportunity back to LaRoche. He'll go up and under, and there's a foul committed by the Governors against Terwilliger, his second. And it will be LaRoche that will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. As it for Sturgis, it's only the second. They're 0 for 2 right now for the free throw line this entire second half, both coming in the fourth quarter.
I was going to say, and for both teams, John, both teams have only made one free throw in the second half so far, and that coming from Aharts in the third quarter as LaRoche misses that first free throw. You know, both teams combined now probably 1 of 11 or 12 in the fourth quarter, in the second half so far, as LaRoche makes the second to cut the lead to 9.
And Austin is fouled. He got not really pushed, but kind of just guided out of bounds by Jarek Duffner for his second foul. And Austin will go to the free throw line. 30 seconds to go. Shot clock is turned off. 9-point lead, and if Austin can knock down a couple of free throws, at least one free throw here, and Sturgis doesn't score the other way, you'll feel like the ball game's over and they can run out the rest of the clock. First free throw here for Austin. Governors, again, they're 0 for 6 in the free throw line in the fourth quarter, and there's your first free throw made in the fourth, and it gets a 10-point lead for the Governors. Just their 10th points in this fourth quarter as well. Second free throw here for Corday Austin, who has 16 tonight, make it 17. Ties the team high, and a 11-point lead. Quickly down the floor, Rock will pull up for a long three. That was missed. Rebound for Austin. That will pretty much do it if the Governors can get across midcourt. With 18 seconds to go, they will let the clock run out. Governors are able to hold on. They take advantage of the turnovers by Sturgis. Pierre will go to 2-1 of the season and get a standing ovation for this Governor faithful in their first home game of the season. Lincoln Diligence will dribble out the clock. 61-50 win for the Pierre Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers tonight. We'll return with the post-game show to wrap things up quickly here on KCCR and on YouTube. And on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at EnvirotechWaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health and your time matter to us. Our team takes pride in providing personal, professional care, from filling your prescriptions quickly to answering your questions every step of the way. Need a little extra convenience? We offer free delivery right to your home or office. Because at Shane's Pharmacy, you're our family, friends, and neighbors, and we're honored to care for you. Shane's Pharmacy. Feel better for less and stay well with us. Call 605-223-9200 or stop by in Fort Pierre. Shane's Pharmacy. Proud to support our local high school athletes.
As we welcome you back, it is the Final score, 61-50 for the Pierre Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers. John Wickler alongside Blake Dean as we will wrap things up here quickly and get you out for the second, really the end of the second quarter and the second half as the Governors pick up a 61-50 win. We go through the totals here quickly. 18 points for Hayden Rock for Sturgis. He led all scorers. 14 for Jarek Duffner, who had 10 of his 14 in the third quarter. 7 points for Joseph LaRush. 6 for Gage West. Then 3 for Wyatt Jensen and 2 for Greer Simon. He had 15 turnovers and went 6 for 9 for the free throw line. For the Pierre Governors, they were led in scoring by Logan Whitty and Corday Austin, each having 17. 16 for Cooper Terwilliger, 8 for Lincoln Dilgis, and 1 for Caden Aharts. Governors were 9 of 19 for the free throw line, which included going 3 of 10 in the second half and 2 of 8 in the fourth quarter. Governors had 8 turnovers, but 6 of those 8 turnovers came in the fourth quarter. So the Govs weren't clean in that fourth quarter, but did get the job done as they were able to outscore Sturgis in that fourth quarter by 11-7 overall. Blake, your final thoughts here for this Pierre Governor win over the Sturgis Scoopers tonight?
Yeah, good win for the Govs tonight, building some positive momentum, especially against a Spearfish team that's going to come in here tomorrow. Spearfish is going to be really, really good as well. These West River teams that, historically are, not, you don't want to say that you see these teams come in and they're going to be, you can put one in the left-hand win column because Spearfish last year, really made life difficult for the Governors, and I think beat them by double digits. So that'll be a good ball game tomorrow. But the story of tonight's ball game was the second quarter where the Govs outscored Sturgis 25-16, 9-point difference in the quarters, because really the teams were about even the rest of the way. That second quarter, which was led by Logan Whitty, having 8 points in the quarter. Terwilliger had 8 points in the quarter. Dilgis had 4. Corday Austin had 5. I mean, 4 of your 5 starters putting up big quarters in that second really was the difference in the ball game. And on the opposing side, apart from a couple of buckets from LaRush and 1 from Duffner, the only player that scored in that second quarter for Sturgis was Hayden Rock. He was basically taken out of the ball game for that second half, only scored 2 points in the fourth quarter. He did have 6 in the first, but it was a really big and excellent quarter and a nice job overall by the Governors in that second quarter, which really won them the ball game, being that 9-point spread.
We do have Coach Aker up here as we'll talk with him real quick. Coach, big win, 61-50. Overall takeaway from this game, just moments after getting that 11-point win.
Well, I thought we played pretty good at times. I thought in the first half we did a good job of making them make tough twos. We didn't give them any easy looks. And then I think we gave them 1-3 there in the first half in the corner, but we didn't give Rock an easy look, I don't think. So I was pleased with that. In the second half, they got some easy buckets. So we're gonna have to. He was our main focus was try to limit him. I know he still scored a good amount, but man, he's a good player, and he just doesn't miss when he gets inside.
We had 17 from Logan Whitty, 17 from Corday Austin, and 16 from Cooper Twilliger. You had just 2 turnovers by my count through the first 3 quarters. You guys really controlled the ball well, didn't turn the ball over, and got scoring from just about, from those 3 guys especially, having some monster games. How key is that going forward to have such a good offense output from those guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Good balance. You always want good balanced scoring, and we wanted to get the inside presence going, and Coop got off to a little slow start, but he was able to utilize him, and that's going to be big. Kid his size, we got to be able to get him the ball, and it forces them to. They were in foul trouble, and they couldn't guard him because they were in foul trouble, and then they switched the zone a little bit. kind of threw us off a little bit, which again, it shouldn't. We play zone all the time, so they're used to seeing it, but just kind of a different looker for them, and so we were a little rattled there for a little bit, but you know, gotta like the balanced scoring.
You guys go 9 of 19 for the free throw line, but the fourth quarter a little bit of a tougher go. Is that kind of chalked up to the early season, fatigue, or is it something that maybe turns into you put a little bit more emphasis on free throws? Or how do you handle that, especially early on in the season?
Yeah, well, the funny thing is that in practice they don't. When we're going up and down, and we always want to work on our press, so when we press off a free throw, so we always shoot free throws and they never miss. So just need to relax a little bit and take a couple deep reps, and just make sure their mechanics are good, just following through. So.
You get Spearfish tomorrow. Now, obviously, you probably game planned for a little bit. Maybe you didn't talk about them as much in practice, just knowing that Sturgis was your first opponent. But what do you expect from Spearfish coming into tomorrow afternoon?
Another athletic team. They're a good athletic crew. We'll see kind of the same thing as we did tonight. They'll get after us in the full court. But again, we got a good size advantage. So if we take care of the ball, handle their pressure, and we can operate our stuff, we should be fine.
Well, Coach, hey, appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win, and good luck tomorrow against Spearfish.
All right, thanks.
That is head coach Larry Aker of the victorious Pierre Governors. Blake, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance for you to ask a question, but he was standing to my left, and the band's a little loud right now, so it's a little hard for him to hear you without a headset on. I can hear you just fine. You can hear me just fine. But,
yeah.
But again, we'll go back to here real quick, and again, we'll wrap up here shortly and get you to football coverage. But a really big win for this Governor team that, again, they weren't necessarily great down the stretch, but they were good consistently throughout the ball game to make sure that they got a win against a really good athletic team and the same type of team as Spearfish coming into tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to be really athletic. They're led by, a few guys. I was just kind of pulling up the Spearfish roster as Coach was talking with us here. They've got a kid, last name Corton, obviously going to be really solid. Cade Vavruska is a kid that really hurt the Govs last year. The 6'3" junior guard forward. Cameron Davis is going to be solid. Carson Sire is going to be solid. This is a really, really good Spearfish team. They are good enough to receive votes from the polls so far early on in the season. So Gov's got a really athletic crew coming in here tomorrow. But like Coach said, I think they're going to have the size advantage. So if they're able to exploit that and use that to their advantage like they did tonight, especially establishing Terwilliger down low like they did early on and get Sturgis into foul trouble, because that was essentially the difference in the ball game early on, getting Sturgis's posts into foul trouble and really kind of exploiting that and getting the ball into Terwilliger multiple times early and often in that first half, which led to a lot of open looks for guards and forwards the rest of the night. So big test for the Govs tomorrow, but if they're able to do what they did tonight and establish the low post, I think they'll be able to have a chance in tomorrow's ball game for sure.
Governor girls are leading right now 25-17 as they're in the second quarter. Obviously, they start at 8 o'clock Central Time, so that's why they're as far behind as they are, as we're sitting at 8:37 right now. But they will play at 3 o'clock Central Time, be a 2 o'clock tip-off here at Riggs High School. But for the girls, they will play at 3 o'clock at Central Time tomorrow against Spearfish. But that will wrap things up for us. Governors will win at 61-50 over the Sturgis Goopers and go to 2-1 of the season. We've got for you coming up next, we will get the conclusion of Alabama and Oklahoma as they're nearing the half. We're at the half right now in the first round of the college football playoff. That first game, we've got all 3 games tomorrow for you on KCCR. We've got Hawaii Capital hockey tomorrow afternoon against Watertown. The girls will play in the afternoon. The boys will play in the evening. We've also got Slay Buttes basketball over on Country 95.3. And then tomorrow afternoon as well, as they host the Winter Warriors in the boys game. The girls are in Harriet-Selby tonight. Harriet taking on the Harriet-Selby area Wolverines. But that will wrap things up. For Blake Dean, John Winkler here signing off. Pierre Governors win at 61-50. We've got football for you next here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Governor basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Basketball is brought to you by Becky Possiba Agency, AGE, Wheelhouse Auto Body, The American, Fording Electric, Allied Plumbing, Venture Communications, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Envirotech, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Faith Lutheran Church, James Valley Landscaping, Bank West, Kruger Contracting, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, CHS River Plains, Edward Jones Financial, Lamb Motors, Todd's Electric, Gales Gas, First Dakota National Bank, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, Shane's Pharmacy, and Owyhee Federal Credit Union. Join us all season for more Pierre basketball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota.